Hello, I am a game dev and I just missed my deadline to make a demo, but this week I got everything working. Also, shout out to Demo, this guy has been with me since day one. Thank you for editing, dude. So, learning from the golden rule, that is, little breaks are OP. Reef, the main character of this game, to swim on start, because there was a problem last video where this. And now, drop still. Why is the script turning itself off? I was using the wrong value. So, 20 minutes later, yes! Okay, now for a testings. Okay, this was a really hard fix. Every other time this has happened, I just turned off the opening cutscene and then it worked straight away because of the camera positioning, but this time that wasn't an option because I don't know why. I used plastic diversion control to save my ass again. And let's start making a storm. I went back and forth like 3 times to get everything ready, but look, I got the Coliseum and the lightning and the raw and the audio and the bubble font. It's all back. Woo! This stuff was pretty much corrupted in the version of it that I'm making now, but let's go. Oh, and then while I was trying to play a video on the side, I accidentally clicked to on opening that it should use the new input system, so that threw all the movement out of the window. But I was able to fix that like 20 minutes, which was very, very nice. And then in the morning again, this happened. Style tune apparently does not support transparency. Anyway, the fog isn't darkening. I'm assuming that's something from the script. Next thing, rain. I want the underwater to fade into it. Here's a clip of what I'm talking about. But then I put the fog camera directly into the director and it worked. I just don't rely on the script at all. Now for the music research while I make that work. Okay, I finished a parent to activation trap, so now the object will turn itself off when it finishes, which should fix that problem of snapping the camera. Not animate though. This thing, even when I delete the animation, still playing. Does not make sense. But when the opening cutscene is off before the game starts, it just works. It doesn't make sense. I am, at this point, was getting tired and still thing is animating. It's not meant to. Later that night, I still couldn't get it working, so I decided to just go do something else for a bit. And Coliseum. It has no vertices this time. Huh? I mean, cool, because the last time I tried this, it was like 800,000 verts, but sweet. It's just a visual thing, so that's awesome. I tried triggering Reef earlier for the animation doing what I don't want, and I also tried speeding up the animation and pausing halfway through it, but it was ignored completely and just kept on doing the same thing. But it still works as long as the cutscene isn't triggered when you stop the game. Turns out a script is saying that it's off, but it's actually not. So, I have an idea. Frame skipping. I can just jump straight to the point I need to, disregarding whatever came before, and it will just go. But then it just restarted from the beginning again. So, let's try it through the script. The Wi-Fi said I should cut the animation into 2 different things, so using the original animation, picking what frames I want, and then making a new animation for that. So I tried it because I didn't have any other ideas, and it works! That was surprisingly easy. Now, the script will not go back on at the cutscene end. Bam! Now I can use signals in the timeline to activate different things in a script to make stuff work that wasn't working before. Haha! The next cutscene isn't triggering. We got it all set up, but it's not sequenced properly. So that's what the rest of this video will pretty much be. So that is playable again. Awesome. For this section, I want to get Reef, shove his face in the ground. Then I need to model a new character, trigger some voice lines, and trigger the begin. So that's this whole cutscene. But the enemies are zombies. And I wanted to fade out when they die, but that didn't work, so I just Thanos snapped them, and alright, that works for now. I'll do the rest when the demo's finished, as long as I have time, because it's Saturday, and I have 7 hours to get the thing done. It would make sense to get a child count for the swarm has any swarm kiddies left, wouldn't it? I tried that from an outside script, and it just refuses to get the contents that I want. All I want is to just look into the guts of the script a little, and that's it, but it refuses to do it. It's like it has morals. Ended up doing a sanity check, and getting it from the actual script where it originates from works, so it was literally just a problem of not wanting to look into it. I can trigger the next cutscene when there are no children by sending the signal to the script I want it to be at, and then triggering the logic in that. Little redundant, but oh well. Alright, I was trying to shove Reef into the ground like I planned originally, and I was getting tired of all of this trial and error, so I switched it up again, and come see the reference to a character called Billion. He's a twin of the character called Jillian, so I riffed his name straight off of that. And now, meet Billion. Ain't he cute? I have 5 hours left to do the sequencing, which means this primitive model that I'm going to keep for the rest of the thing, like little tweaks throughout later. Done in 2 hours. How cool is that? Anyway, that happens, but it's actually good because the next cutscene is triggered, so yay! Now he goes into the ground, but in the Colosseum, there's no collision. Collision! Yeah! I separated it into parts and put a mesh collider on that. And woohoo! I have 3 hours and 10 minutes left. Wow. How long have I been attempting to get this collision working? It's been months trying this thing on and off. This is awesome! He's the king of the world! Now I need the right speed and rotation for this cutscene, so you can actually go straight into the ground regardless of what the height is, and it will be roughly the same times. And rotate so it's not just getting pulled and getting his legs stuck in the ground. Half an hour later, I found a converter online for Euler to Quaternion, because that's how the rotation thingy in Unity wanted to work. So I went through that, found that Quaternion was literally just 1000, but I didn't have to trial and error it, so that's really cool. Now all I've got to do is smooth my time, so I'm just not just going from here, snap. It needs to be smoothed. You know what? Nah, forget smooth. I've spent too long doing that. I gotta finish the demo in 2 hours. There! I put the translation on the director instead of the script, like a last ditch effort thing, and it went straight through the floor. 1 hour 10. Here we go again. I want Billion in front player, and then at the end of the cutscene, I trigger the begin. Then it'll be done. The whole demo will be done after that. Yes! Because I've already got the final swarm that triggers after the begin ready to go. Preview. Okay, I have mostly 5 minutes of talking, and I need to dull that down a lot. Learn from Ratchet and Clank's opening cutscene. I also need to tune down the spray damage because you can obliterate even the biggin in literal seconds. And I need to get the lip sync back for the 3rd time on Veil, but right now we need to focus on the rest of the thing, and yeah, it turns out I didn't have enough time for that. Oh well. Yeah, I just have way too many voice lines. 40 minutes left! I fixed the one spot spray attack. That's very cool. Now it's 30 minutes, so it took 10 minutes to do that. One of the audio things, the audio files, logs, whatever you want to call it, isn't triggering. Everything else is good. And 10 minutes left. Put it under the swarm. Okay, that works. We're good to go. Time for building and a final test. 7 minutes left. 3 minutes left and it's not building. I have broken packages and methinks that is why. 2 left. I can get the build done another time, but the demo is done. So that's awesome. Turns out I still have some corrupted prefabs, broken packages, and one script compilation error. That would probably be why it doesn't want to build out. The quit button in the main menu, I had a thing where if you're in the editor, it will boot you out, and then if you're in the actual game, it will just exit the application. But this in editor check doesn't exist in the actual game, so just commenting that out, and we gotta build. It's a little over time, but we're gonna test it. Testing, launching, let's go. It crashed. Immediately crashed and I can't get it up. Next time we'll be fixing the packages, but the demo is done. So I would do the testy fixy things later, but I kinda should take a break for like a month because I've been working a lot on this thing for a long time. I just need a break for a little bit. Thinking it will be like a semi-break. I'm going to try out one side project that I want to do and see if I can get a little bit of hype rolling for that one. Then I have a few more ideas in the work. I've got some admin stuff, I've got some personal stuff, getting something like a pitch ready to pitch to publishers. That would be amazing. But yeah, I'm thinking the next month I'm not going to be doing any actual development stuff. I will still be uploading videos, so don't you worry about that. And you will be able to play this at some point with some version, hopefully a 2.0 of the demo that's not as broken. But yeah, you will be able to play with the demo very soon. I don't know. Bear with me. And it is again Monday morning and I need to upload this preferably by 12 o'clock. So we're speedrunning this, but I'm trying out a new thing here. It's like a half scripted thing, basically dot points, and then I just shoot from the hip from there. What do you think? The people that are still here, you can tell me and let's like have a chat. Oh, I never expanded the world. I was going to do a whole nother environment with the mangrove and make it fun to actually adventure around the mangrove with more accurate collision, learning from the stuff that I got from the Colosseum. But yeah, that's later, so bye bye. I will still be uploading, so yeah, don't worry about that. See you next week.